Hey, Aaron Adams here with Infinity Investing. Appreciate you joining me for the next few minutes. I wanted to just in 10 minutes give you a 35,000 foot view of what you need to get started flipping houses or flipping properties in general. This is a question that when I'm on a flight that I'm talking to someone and they say, well, I've seen the flipping shows, or I've always wanted to get into real estate. What do I need to get started? Should I get a real estate license? Should I, my brother-in-law is a contractor. Is that a good thing? Or, I was talking to a friend of mine who said that he was able to use his retirement money to flip houses. What do I need to do and in what order? And so I have kind of a 5-step overview of what you need to get started and get down the path. And I also have the way that you can get that exact information, because at Infinity, we have classes on every single subject that we're going to talk about. And as we mention each subject, I'll tell you the classes that we have available so that you, as someone who's thinking about joining Infinity, either at our free basic level or our paid 360 level, can go seek out that information, seek out that knowledge, and make a decision about what kind of flips you want to do. Because I don't know anyone who says, I used to do a lot of flips and make a lot of money. I'm not into that anymore. Nobody says that. Nobody unreal estates. That's very rare. And so to dig right in, the first thing you have to learn is how to find deals. Now, I always talk about there being level 1, level 2, and level 3 acquisitions. And level 1 acquisitions is what, last time we had a kind of a level 1 tier of acquisitions for properties was 2009, 10, 11, and 12. After the last crash, there was just deals everywhere you could find them. You could get on the market, on MLS, on a Zillow, and find good deals available, good deals to flip, good deals to buy and hold as rentals. You could go to a foreclosure auction, get deals. You could go to a tax sale, get deals. You could call up a wholesaler, get deals. It was easy to get deals. Banks were giving away good deals, okay? That ended by 2013. Between 2013 and 2020, we moved to what I call level 2 acquisitions, where there's nothing good on the market anymore. And the only way that you find good deals is by going to auctions, by going to tax sales, by sending out direct mail campaigns to property owners. And we're now in a level 3 acquisition phase of it is hard to find good deals. And at Infinity, we teach you how to find good deals. One of the ways that we do that is with text messages. We send out 200 text messages a day in our markets, and we get 15 to 20 people that respond to those text messages, and usually at least one deal from every 600 text messages that we send out. So every 3 days, we're getting a deal from them. When I say a deal, I mean a property for 50, 60, 70 cents on the dollar. Now, the reason I wrote wholesaling on the slide is because one of the cool things about getting into real estate and flipping is that you can buy property, just get it under, you don't even have to buy it. You can just get a contract with the seller and assign that to someone else. So if, one of the markets that I'm big in is Indianapolis. If you could get a deal for 70 cents on the dollar under contract in Indianapolis, like the seller says, yeah, I'll take 70,000 for it and it's worth 100. I'll buy it from him for 70 and give you $5,000. That's wholesaling. Okay. You sell it to me for 75. And when I say, yeah, I'll take it, then you say, great, give him 70, give me 5. So wholesaling and is good, but you got to learn how to find those deals. You need to learn how to find off-market properties. Those are the only good deals. There's nothing good on the market. There's nothing good at the auctions. There's too many people fighting over properties. So you got to go all the way to before that seller has listed it. That's how you find good deals. And we teach you how to do that. We have a class called wholesaling. We have a class called marketing that we teach here at Infinity. And we walk you through step by step how to do that. The next thing is you have to learn how to find the money. Now, when I got started 22 years ago, I was really worried about finding the money. Not anymore. One of the cool things about investing is that money follows deals. So if you learn how to find deals, you'll always find money. Now, if you're like, all right, well, prove it. Well, just do a Google search. If you live in San Jose, California, type into Google San Jose, California hard money lenders, or San Jose, California asset-based loans, or San Jose, California flipping loans. Finding the money is easy. In every market, all the way down to the smallest little town in Iowa, there's an investor or a lender who will fund your deals. And we teach you how to find the money in our creative finance courses. We teach you in our flipping class. We actually have a class that we teach on flipping properties that you can watch online. In fact, all of our classes are online here at Infinity. So money follows deals. There's way more money chasing deals out there. We'll teach you how to find that money for your deals. Now, the next step in getting started flipping properties is you got to learn who the buyers are. Now, obviously, a homeowner is a buyer, but there's some other buyers out there that you may not have thought about. Wall Street is the most recent group to move into the buyer pool. Wall Street started buying single-family homes back in 2012. They now own 5% of the single-family homes in America. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. Think of the millions and millions of homes there are in America, and they've acquired 5% of them. Now, just to give you some comparison, if you think about all the apartment buildings and all the multifamily out there, Wall Street owns 55% of the multifamily. And when I say Wall Street, that's a loose term that I use to describe private equity, REITs, syndications, but institutional investors own 55% of the multifamily apartments in America. And so we're just in, like the beginning of the day. It's like 7 a.m. For them to be buying those homes in that segment. And so we teach you all the groups out there. International is another group. So there's a lot of people and there's a lot of groups that'll buy your deals, and we walk you through how to find them, who they are. It's much more than just a homeowner living in your property. Now, learning how to pick the right deals for your market is a critical stage. So, for example, if you live I had a friend reach out to me named Bob. I knew him growing up in New Jersey. He's retired down to Florida. And he said, Aaron, I'm thinking about maybe doing some houses. And I said, why don't you flip mobile homes? Flipping mobile homes is fantastic right now. I have a client that flips raw land. I have another client that flips farms. And so when I say flipping, sure, single family homes are what they show in the flipping shows, but I've flipped trailer parks, land, apartment complexes. There's a lot of different assets you can flip. And so you need to find out where the good deals are in your market, because you don't want to be competing with everyone who saw a flipping show and decided that they want to get into investing. When you find the right kind of assets for your market, really cool things happen, and there's a lot more opportunity for you. The final thing that I want you to be thinking about as you move forward in getting started on this journey to flip houses and flip properties is you got to learn about construction. Now, you don't have to learn to do anything. You don't have to learn how to operate a paint sprayer. You don't have to learn how to hang a door or put a roof on a house. What you do need to learn is how to create a budget. And we have a construction class for beginners that we teach you all the shortcuts that we use for doing budgets. We teach you how to come up with the labor and the materials price. We teach you how to get bids from contractors. We teach you how to hire them, how to protect yourself. We have some really great techniques that will save you as you navigate the construction side of this. And we have an online class that you can watch at infinityinvesting.com that walks you through all of these skills. Now, what's really great at Infinity is we have about 20 real estate specific classes that we recorded in about the last year and a half. They're all about 3 hours. It really helps you go deep on some of these, because I guarantee you, if this is something you're legitimately interested in, you've already had questions. You want to be like, Aaron, wait, And so we put those classes together so that you can navigate what you want to do. And then we have live trainings that you can come when you've picked your focus. If you're like, okay, no, I want to do mobile homes. I want to flip them. I want to develop them. I want to buy a park. Okay, well, we do an advanced training at my offices in Indianapolis every month. It's 2 days, live and in person, and you're going to get all of that training. It's also recorded on demand. You can get that after the fact. And if you say, Aaron, I'd like more, well, you can come out to one of my operations. We have a huge mobile home operation in Missouri. We have a huge one in Idaho. We let you come spend 2 days in the field doing a field training. We also do mastermind groups where you can be with 4 other investors for 10 weeks, once a week, sitting and meeting and talking about your deals, guided by one of our experts. So there's a lot of different education we have for you. What I would encourage you to do, if this is a topic that you're interested in, if you want to move the needle and get into real estate and you've always thought about it, now's a great chance to do that. join us at one of our monthly Infinity Investing workshops that are absolutely free, typically on a Saturday. Get signed up, get moving forward, and I hope to meet you personally at one of our events in the very near future. Thanks for taking the time today. Good luck.